Hi, my name is Igor Korosec with Best Hollywood Homes and Promenade Realtors, and I'm here today with beautiful Jae Wu. Jae, would you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, my name is Jae Wu, and I've been a lender on the west side of Los Angeles since 1994. Came here originally from Maryland, and came here without much, actually, kind of like a very traditional immigrant story. Came to Los Angeles with $200 in my pocket, and now 17 years later, I've helped thousands of homeowners on the west side. I've had a story of a guy, he had a $1,000 Capital One credit card. He charged a airline ticket for $897, and his FICO, from when we pre-approved them, it was at 780. He did that charge, and he found the property, was in escrow. We ran a FICO score, it was 690. Guess what? He got the credit card balance paid off. We showed proof paid at 0. His FICO score back up to 780.
So how many credit cards should a person have purchased?
Great, that's a great question too. The minimum requirements is to at least have 2 trade lines, meaning a Visa or MasterCard, etc. The ideal that I've seen in my experience is to have an installment loan, like a car loan or a student loan of some sort that you've had a history of paying on. A couple of credit cards, a Visa or a MasterCard, and who you get the credit card from is also very important. So if you did a Chase card or something like that, Bank of America card, Visas that are a little harder to qualify for versus like a Capital One, you're better off too.
And what about if somebody is, let's say, 18 years old, they're already working for a year or two, and they need to have some kind of credit? Would department store cards work? Would gym membership work?
Gym memberships don't count. Unless you've defaulted on one, then it will show up unfavorably on your credit report. And department credit cards are not really that favorable because there are many factors to credit scoring. Your length of credit history, the number of accounts that you have, and then your credit limits to credit card balance. And unfortunately, credit cards for department stores are only $500 to $1,000 credit limits. And if you had a $500 charge and you have a $500 credit limit, guess what? You look like you're maxed out. Whereas if you had a credit card that had a $5,000 limit when you charge $500, it shows up very favorably because it doesn't look like you're even close to being maxed out.
Is it better to pay your credit card debt every month 100% so that you have zero balance? Or is it better to leave some debt on the card? I mean, I've heard about leaving 35% of your limit.
Right.
Is that correct?
No.
Or is it better to leave it at 0?
It's better to leave it at 0. Well, credit card interest rates are pretty high, so I don't believe in having credit card debt, nor is it good, and it's also not tax deductible. So you're paying dollar per dollar the interest that you're being charged on that credit card. And I believe in, obviously using it for mileage and for pass-through, etc., and for accounting for business expenses.
Use it as much as you can afford to pay back.
Pay back every month, but I don't believe in carrying any balance, and that is very untrue. Having a 35% balance left on there, your score is still going to be lower than if you had a no balance on your credit card. A credit report is a snapshot of the day that it's done or the previous month's history. So if you carry, and this is a common one that I have, is when people say, wow, I don't have any credit card debt. I pay my balances off every single month. So I charge $1,000, I pay off $1,000. I never really have, I said, unfortunately, unless you go 2 billing cycles without a balance, that even though you pay it off every single, it's a snapshot of a previous month's activity, and it will always show there even if you pay your credit card in full every single month. And it's a common misconception that we get.
Then, what would be a thought that identifies Jae?
Well, I love the thought that I can do 20 times more than what my mind believes that it can, and our mind is our greatest ally or enemy towards creating what happens to us.
Well, thank you so much, Jae. This was great. This was Jae Wu with
Mortgage Capital Partners.
And the website is?
westsidehub.com.
And phone number?
310-234-3278. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
for having me.
Thank you.
You're great.